What's up and welcome back to another video, guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing set 75048, The Phantom. Now this set released back in 2014 for $24.99. It has 2 minifigures and 234 pieces. So without further ado, let's get right on into this review. Our first minifigure in this set is Ezra Bridger. He appears the same as he has in all of the other Rebels sets of this time. However, he does come with an exclusive helmet piece that has only ever come in this set. Now, I think this piece is really nice. Before we put it on, we'll take a look at his face printing. He has his little smirk, and then on the other side, he's got more of a confused look. But I think the main draw of this set is definitely this helmet piece. I think it's a really nice piece, and it looks really, really good. I think it's very accurate to the training helmet that he had in the show, and I wish that we would have gotten it in more sets because this is a pretty expensive figure now. I think it looks really good and I'm very happy that we got it. There's no printing on the back. On the back it is a little plain, but I think the printing on the front is done very well. There's a ton of really nice detail there and I think it looks great. For the rest of the figure, like I said, it's the same as it appeared in all of the other Ezras in the different sets, but it is a very nice overall print based on that animated style. It's got some really good torso and leg printing on the front, and then along the back it has some nice printing on the back as well. The next minifigure that we do receive in this set is Chopper. Now he appears the same in this set as he has in all of the other Star Wars Rebels sets, but I think this is a very good minifigure. I think Chopper was done very well, so there's no reason to get different variations of him. Now this figure has some really nice printing on the front of the body with a bunch of very nice detail. Now no back printing as this was from 2014, but the head has some really nice all-around printing with the front and then the eyes. You have some really nice lines going all the way around with that orange, and then as well on the top you also have that ring on the top, which looks really good. Overall, I'm a big fan of this Chopper minifig, but now it's time to move into the build. Now, moving on to the build itself, I do actually have a couple of issues with this build. Not to say it's bad, I just think it's not the most aesthetically pleasing. So overall, I think the shape isn't that bad. I think it's a pretty good shape and size given the price. I just shot myself, and that brings me to my first issue, is the spring-loaded shooter on the top. I think it looks bad. I think it's very ugly. I think they easily could have hidden it at the bottom or something and just made it not look like this. It looks so out of place. It does not look right. I understand, yes, you can remove it like that and this looks better, but that's not how the set was built, so unfortunately I can't review it like that. But other than that, I think the overall silhouette is pretty good. I just think this kind of obstructs the whole view of this and it just doesn't look good in my opinion. I think that is one of the major things that I would change. Now, the second thing that I wanted to bring up is the wings. Now, like this, folded up, I think it's cool that you can fold and unfold the wings. However, folded up, the wings do not look great in my opinion. I do not like the sight of the backside of the plates, and I also don't like this gap right here. I think it does not look too good, but I think other than that, once it's folded down, it does actually look pretty good in my opinion. I think there's a nice kind of balance of stud and detail down there, and you also have some really nice greebling and detail with the stickers in this inner area right here. And there are actually a few stickers on this, given it is a smaller set. I think for like as many pieces as there are to stickers, there might be a little bit much stickers. Personally, I don't really mind the stickers, but I know for some people that's something that they are not a big fan of, but they didn't really bother me. Other than the wings folding up and down and the stud shooter, we actually do have some other play features. If you come along to the back, you have your thrusters, which I think look pretty good. I think the back of this is pretty well done, but you also have this flap that opens up and you can actually store some stuff in there, which is pretty nice. You can actually store the helmet or the hair for Ezra, so you don't have to be holding onto it. I see, that's why I don't like this thing. I just shot that and that is gone. It shot out into my shelf and I'm not gonna be able to find it. But yeah, you can open this up though, and then you can pull the entire top off, and you actually have an interior in here. Oh, I dropped the hair, so I'm dropping everything right now. But you do have an interior in here where you are supposed to store your Chopper minifig, and he slots in just like this. He fits really well, perfect fit for him, and then it just goes on just like this. It's a very easy fit, and it's really nice that you do have an area for Chopper. Now, as we move along to the front, you have your cockpit, which is actually pretty spacious. So you can open it up just like that, and then you can get your Ezra minifig, and you can sit him down. And he fits quite well. I think it's a pretty good fit. Now, that kind of does it for this build. I think there's a lot of good stuff on it, yes, but there are, I think, a couple more drawbacks than actual pluses with this. I just think the overall look, I mean, I will cut it some slack because it is from 2014, but I think the overall build it's not great in my opinion. It's not the best for display, but it is really fun. I will say the play features are pretty cool, and this isn't necessarily a play feature, it's just how it was built, but you can just pop it off just like that and have like a little escape pod type thing drop off the back. I don't know if this was an intended feature, I forget. However, you know, it's there and it's kind of fun. I've been messing around with it. It's got to be an intended play feature, otherwise it wouldn't have been like this. The only thing is, when you do take it apart, this back part can get loose, so you just have to put it back together. And you know, it's just Technic pieces. It goes on really easily and comes off very easily. Now, something that I think should be of note is this is actually compatible with the 2014 Ghost, which I handily have right here. Now, the Ghost did not come with a Phantom, so you were to purchase this Phantom separately, and it can dock right in the back, and it fits in really nicely. It's really nice, you know, have this compatible with the other sets. And overall, I think it looks pretty good once it's docked back there. And, you know, some people, you know, wish that the Phantom would have been included with this Ghost, but this isn't a Ghost review, so we'll get back to the Phantom. I just figured it was worth mentioning that it is compatible with the 2014 version of the Ghost, which is really nice, and I think it looks pretty good slotted back there. But moving on, the last thing that I want to look at for this build is on the front. We have our little turrets, which I think look really good. I think they're pretty well proportioned, and I do like that we have those guns on the front. And then, yeah, not really much else to say. There's a nice printed piece on the windscreen. I'm pretty sure that's one of, if not the only printed pieces that we get in this set, unfortunately. But yeah, I think it's a pretty solid build, but let's get into my closing thoughts. As for my final verdict on this set, like I was saying earlier, it originally released for $24.99, and I think even then on retail, $25 was a little bit pricey for this. For that $25 mark, I would have loved to have seen an additional minifig. I think this build with 234 pieces and 2 minifigs for $25, even back then in 2014, was a little bit expensive. Now, they also could have just brought it down to $19.99. I think that also would have been pretty acceptable, but overall, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to find the set for that $25 mark at all anymore. Now, sealed in box, when I was looking online, it goes anywhere from about $90 to $130, depending on where you're buying from. And used, it goes from about $45 to $80, depending also on where you're buying from and the condition of the set that you are getting. And I think for that current market value price, I cannot recommend this set. I think the build, although it does have a couple of flaws, I don't think it's great for displayability, but I think it's a great fun playset. I have a lot of fun building this, and it's also just a lot of fun to play with even after I have it built. I like flipping the wings down. It's a very swooshable set. It's very fun, and it definitely looks good in mocks given the size of it. Now, unfortunately, it's just not the best for display in my opinion. There's too many studs. There's too many issues with this whole side area. I think the back looks pretty good, but it's too much stuff going against it for displayability for me to be able to recommend you buying this set. Now, the minifigs are great. This Ezra is exclusive. Well, the Ezra helmet is exclusive. The rest of the minifig is readily available, and the Chopper minifig is the same as we have seen it in all of the other sets. But I cannot recommend you go spend $100 to get one of these just for the Ezra minifig, because you can get the piece for about $20, and then you can just get the other rest of Ezra for a couple of bucks, because it's a very accessible minifig. Now, not to say that this set is bad. I think there's definitely pros and cons to this set. However, just given some of your other options out there, like the other Phantoms that there are 2 other Phantoms that you can choose from, and if you are interested in seeing which one, you know, stacks up the best in today's, like, you know, economy, I have a video comparing an in-depth comparison of the 3 Phantoms that LEGO has made, so I'll leave a link to that in the description if you are interested in looking at that. But overall, I think my closing thoughts on this set is it is pretty solid. If I had to rank it, I'd probably give it about a 5.5 out of 10. Not to say it's bad, I just think the build is lacking, and just everything that you're getting for the current price it's going for, I cannot recommend this unless you are a huge Star Wars Rebels fan and you're trying to complete your collection like I am, which was the one reason that I ended up buying this set. But let me know down below in your comments, your opinion on this set, and if you ever owned this set or if you plan on buying it at some point in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew signing out.